Smile 2 is the Naomi Scott mega blockbuster horror movie where she showed the world that running away from a killer smile is not the best way to solve your problems. We will dive into the movie review of Smile 2 that this movie is so creepy, Colgate is giving away free toothpaste due to excessive smiling.
Colgate Winter Fresh Gel is a creamy blue.
Directed by Parker Finn, the cast of the movie are as follows: Naomi Scott as Skye Riley, Lucas Gage as Lewis, Rosemarie DeWitt as Skye's mom, and Peter Jacobson as Morris. The movie starts off as some random dudes doing a stakeout at someone's house. He gets out the car, sneak up behind another dude, and make him go inside the house. Inside, they run into another random dude talk about someone's mom and kid. Then all of a sudden, stupid things start to happen, like gunfires. One guy did not want him to die because he got shot. If that was the case, then why did you shoot him? All of a sudden, he was surrounded by more random dudes, but he was trapped inside the home. He eventually found a way out, only to get crushed like a pancake. Glad this point in the scene was over, and now to the main story. This is Skye Riley. She's an up-and-coming pop star who had a traumatic experience when she was in a car accident due to DUI and sniffing that crack, and tells the story on Drew Barrymore's show.
Ladies and gentlemen, Skye Riley.
Skye feels compelled that she does not want to go through that again and apologize to her fans. The joke is on her because she's in for a major surprise. The next scene, Skye is practicing her routine and all of a sudden she pulled a back injury which results in a nasty gas on her body. I'm pretty sure she got that from an accident, and I'm sure there's a story behind that how she got into the accident. After her routine, she texts this guy, Lewis, wanted to see him because I guess she was bored. This is her mom, and she tells Skye to stay home and get some rest, but completely ignore her and go straight to Lewis' place, which was her biggest mistake.
You just made the biggest mistake of your life.
So Lewis comes out like Leonardo from Ninja Turtles with a katana sword. Skye asks for the pain medicine for her back, and Lewis goes to the back, but acting weird and eventually screams like a maniac.
No, get away from me! What?
All of a sudden, Lewis started to smile very creepy and bash his face in that they trying to find Skye and left the scene. From this point, Skye's world had just turned upside down. She starts to see images of Lewis when she tried to sleep, when she stretches out, and she does two things: drinks water non-stop, or even worse, pull hair out of her hair, which is far more painful. She could be alone in the dressing room, laying on her bed, or on the stage researching, and Lewis would just pop up out of nowhere, aggravating her. She also has nightmares of the accident which caused her major damage to the body. This occurs with both Skye and her boyfriend at the time argue over something stupid and completely zoned out. An argument leads to a major accident where she barely survived and her boyfriend did not make it. Next, Skye is at an event with her mom, and this guy Riley signing autographs and taking pictures. Things were going great until this guy shows up acting weird like a stalker. As a result, he was escorted, but it got worse. Why did it get worse? Well, because of this. This brat shows up smiling like she's auditioning for Colgate and staring at Skye like a creep and walking her after signing her autograph and taking pictures.
God, want me to sign it?
Then she get home. Lewis pop up to scare her again. And then get a creepy message on her phone saying, "I know what you did," and invites her friend Gallner over for some company. She explains to her friend about Lewis and feel like he been following her everywhere she goes.
You remember Louis Fergoli?
From high school?
Skye wants her friend to spend a night where she does, and the creepiest thing happened again. Gemma smiles at her creepy, and she wakes up from a dream, causing her to be late for her appointment, and her mom was not happy about that. Skye gets to her practice performance, and she flips out because she saw herself doing the accident, but then trying to blame everyone for ruining her routine. One guy tells her nothing really happened, and she storms off the stage. As she goes to her dressing room, Riley walks by her smiling like a creep and sees that her dressing room is messed up, and Skye blames Riley when he said it wasn't me. Her mom explains to her that Riley was with her the whole time, and now she is creeping everybody out and turns to a complete psycho.
Pull it together.
Next, Skye goes to another event after a promise she made to a guy to speak at a gala for underprivileged children. As she reads the teleprompter, this guy, who is Skye's boyfriend at the time, shows up smiling like a creep.
Stop smiling at me!
Freaking the audience out to the point that she ran over Granny like a football player.
Over the middle.
The next scene, Skye gets home again, and this time she sees more creepy stuff. These folks shows up, decides to play a game called Red Light, Green Light.
Green light.
And chase her in home, knocking her out cold, which leads to her in the hospital. But before all that, she get another unknown text implying that I know who you are. At the hospital, Skye and her mom get into an argument about Skye being arrogant, stuck up, and don't appreciate anything. Then, the creepy part happened again. Her mom starts smiling like a creep and eventually suffered a terrible fate, which caused Skye to leave the hospital, trying to find this guy who wants to get rid of this curse. His name is Morris, and he was the one who was texting her about the strange wish about Louis and his own brother. Morris' brother suffered a brutal fate and wants to avenge his brother's death. So Morris and Skye decides to meet in a building to get rid of the entity. But before all that, Gemma, who was supposed to take Skye to meet Morris, decided to have a little fun with Skye. Gemma was an entity smiling at Skye like a creep and driving, which almost resulted in another car accident. But she somehow got focused and drive to meet Morris.
I'm in control! I am!
So here's the plan. We're going to drop the entity by freezing Skye's body and have her temporarily dead, and then revive her back to life.
How do we stop it?
We need to kill you first.
What?
Pretty risky plan, but I guess it's better than nothing. So Skye finally has a fight with the entity inside the freezer, and things start to get weird for two reasons. One, the entity had turned to a full-fledged monster. And two,
Been a fire emergency reported in the building.
the fire alarm actually went off in a movie theater due to the creepiness of this movie. Unfortunately, I did not see the end of the movie, but I have seen enough just to do a movie review. This movie is completely out of control and unsettling. You have Skye completely losing her mind seeing dead people.
I see dead people.
Which no one believes her. To be fair, it's her fault for going to Louis' home. If she had stayed home like her mom told her, none of this would have happened. The entity wanted to teach Skye a lesson by making her life extremely miserable and making the world think she's crazy, a loose cannon, and a dangerous society.
He's a psycho. What are
The atmosphere was actually pretty good when the music changes comes to certain scenes. The creepier it goes, the better it got. The last act went off the rail a little bit about the monster, and I don't know what to think about that, and that did not work well. The acting was okay, and the storyline was pretty basic to the point. Due to the fact this movie scared the fire alarm in the theater and everybody had to get out of the theater, I would give this movie 7 stars. If you'd like to see more future upcoming movie reviews, press the like, share, and subscribe button, and we'll see you in the next movie review.